All right, and welcome to, finally, after quite a bit of technical issues this evening, tonight's episode of Sketch Ink Repeat, brought to you by Pen and Stylus. My name is Nathan Rackley, I'm the host, and with me tonight are Ben Girven and Jenn Myers. Hello, Ben. Jenn is joining us via audio.
On John's computer.
On John's computer, so it says John. We had some technical issues trying to get connections. People are having issues with internet connections, so sorry for the delay, but we are now live. All right, so we decided that we wanted to, and welcome to everybody who is in the live chat. Thank you for joining us, by the way. So I guess we're going to go ahead and jump right into talking about last week's random character challenge. Isn't that right, Ben?
Last week?
Or well, last times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
okay. So the prompt we came up with last time was male cyborg. No, android. Male android sports enthusiast.
mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Am I missing anything? I think that's right.
No, I think that's right.
So kind of what we did with the last show. We recorded them offline, and then now we're going to basically view them now sped up, so that we're not sitting there waiting the whole time, through the boring parts. So I captured a video. I know Nathan captured a video. I don't think we're going to end up watching yours. We're just going to go through the highlights, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna look at the main sections of the.
And so yeah, I mean, again, technical issues unfortunately abound on this episode. So,
yeah.
The program I was using to do my time lapse stopped working on me, and it was basically the day before the show. So, I think it was a couple minutes before the show. So I ended up using an alternate that I didn't realize until after the fact was capturing at a much lower resolution than I had intended. So the video I have is not as good as I would like it to be. Do you want to just jump right into the video then?
Yeah, just go ahead and jump right into your video.
Okay.
Sure.
Let me switch over here. So I'll pull this up. So again, we just basically took the prompt and did a male Android sports enthusiist. Oh, hollow, who may be hollow. That's right.
Maybe hollow.
So that'll make sense on yours. Okay, so I don't know. Can you guys see that video?
I don't see anything.
Oh, it's not. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. It's
Okay.
just not playing yet.
Do I need to screen share, or is it ready to go?
It's sharing right now.
Okay, good. Okay, well here it
You
goes.
just hit play.
All right. There you go. All right.
So this is your kind of like your rough penciling phase, right? Just
Yeah,
blocking out the character.
Just trying to get angles right.
So what sport did you pick for your character?
Hoverboard. Because in the future there is only one sport.
All right, and as normal, if any of you have questions or comments or want to ask us anything, feel free to drop us a line in the comments of the stream on YouTube, or send us a tweet on Twitter, #PenandStylus, and we will do our best to respond during the show. So we're already we're already past your penciling phase, and you're already inking.
Yeah, I did this one pretty quick, again, I mean, the point of these is practice, and for us to do these things, not all of them are going to be great. I honestly wasn't really happy with this one, and that's probably why I kind of ended up stopping it early. I'll show you the finished version of it here in a moment. I shouldn't even say finished, because it wasn't finished. It was basically just flatted. And so I didn't really get as far as I usually do on these. I think I just kind of lost interest, which is kind of horrible to say, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. Hey, Jenn, are you still there?
I am.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. It was kind of quiet. So,
I'm sort of fuming about technological issues right now.
Yeah, I know.
Well, at least we're doing the show. I mean, Could be worse.
Yeah,
People could still be waiting. Thank you to the patient audience for waiting like 30 minutes for the stream to start. Which is terrible, but kind of funny at the same time.
Yeah.
Funny to us, not funny to the viewers. I'm sorry. Yeah, we normally try to start a test stream like 30 minutes before our scheduled time, just to make sure that we can work out all these problems. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get them all worked out ahead of time. It literally ran into. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's happened to us. I mean, there's been days where like my internet was just garbage that day, and it just happens sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah. So you're bolding the outlines on the outside of your character.
Yeah.
And so why do you do that then?
I don't know, because I learned it from watching Joe Mad. Okay. I don't know. It's I think I've talked about that before. Joe Madureira is kind of one of my probably bigger influences, and just years and years ago I just picked up on him doing that, and have kind of just carried that over.
Is this recording? This is
yeah, these are the sketch covers. I was recording when I brought these up, obviously.
That's fine.
That's fine. Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, I created some sketch covers for Jenn.
Oh, cool.
I still need to actually print some out for you.
So are we looking back at a previous part of your inking, or?
It might have started over. It's possible. Yeah, it did. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the end.
I was a little confused there for a second. I was like, wow, you inked this twice, man? That's hardcore.
So this is the semi-finished, at least flatted version. So I didn't do a lot with the background, and like I said, I just did the most basic of flats on it. So that's that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, so
next time I need to do better.
All right, so next up, and I'll go ahead and just bring it up here, is going to be Jenn's. So, Jenn, if you'd like to talk about your thought process and.
Sure.
So I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of in the corner of the screen. I'm going to bring it into the middle here.
Oh, there it is.
The attack of the killer fighting bots. All right, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Ah, it went away. Sorry. This is loaded in. Okay, so there we go. All right, so Jenn, what was your thought process behind creating this piece? Imagine we're standing in a gallery and you're having to pitch this to a class to take you back to the days of drawing and painting 101.
Well, if I had to, if I had to pitch it, I'm not sure that I would. It's mostly I guess I would say it's a process piece. It's me trying to learn how to do more of the painting style, and so I did it in Sketchbook. And I really like the way their paints feel. And since you only really have like 4 paintbrushes to choose from, you can kind of keep from going insane with it. So I wish I had the video working. I'm trying to upload it. It is just not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, the nice thing is once you get it uploaded, we can always tag it in the
in the description.
Video, yeah. So.
Yeah.
So we can share it and people can watch it after the fact. Now this looks a lot to me like sort of a gouache, or if that's how you pronounce it, or it looks kind of like a chalk pastel to me, or some sort of pastel.
I have no idea. It was like with the oil brushes in Sketchbook. So I was just dropping in like 3 different shades or 4 different shades of blue, and then 4 different shades of red. And then you kind of mix them together and give them like a nice, like it has a really nice feel to it.
Yeah, I mean the metals look metal. That turned out really awesome.
Well, thank you.
So, in this piece, like, so what did you, how did you interpret the theme? Like, how did you incorporate the elements of the theme into the picture?
Let's see. They're android, which means humanoid robots. And extreme sports, I always think of like MMA type style. And then Hollow, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of missed that one too.
Yeah, I think that the
It's
Hollow
really,
looks like
it's
an
really
empty suit of armor.
well, it's more of a suggestion than it is a who
The who
may or
may,
may not.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the prompts, like the gender or the who may or may not be, is usually a suggestion.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
zoom in on that the lower right. Yeah, that thing came out really well. Look at that thing.
hold on.
It's supposed to be like a flamethrower or something.
Yes.
Bam.
That one came out really well.
That is pretty cool. I like that. It also seems to have a lot more detail than many of the other elements, other than like his pieces over here.
Oh man, I got so bored and I lost the shape in some of the things, and I was just like,
Well, I really like his right arm, the silver guy. Right there. I really like that one. Yeah. I just think the shading on that is just perfect.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's got the nice back reflection sort of, which works. I think it's a pretty effective experiment. So you've never painted before in Sketchbook, correct, Jenn?
I think I started. This is probably my first full painting.
Mm.
Like I think I kind of played around with it, but nothing more than a couple squiggles.
Mm.
So I did another piece for a friend's concept art, and then I haven't. So I've done like two paintings, maybe.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mark says Rock'em Sock'em meets BattleBots. Yes,
That's
very
right.
true. Very true. All right, so now I guess we will go ahead and go switch over to my piece. Well, I already have it brought up, essentially. So I did mine in Manga Studio, so I just brought up the Manga Studio file. So this is my original pencil for the piece. This is my. I decided to go more of the cartoony route with the picture and do a guy who is an Android sports enthusiast.
Yes.
So he's he's in the audience. He's an enthusiast. He likes sports, so he's got his little pennant. Yay, whatever generic sport. And he may or may not be hollow. So he's got a hole in him. I took it very literally. And,
it's funny because when we had originally pitched that was my first idea too. I was going to do, a big giant hole, and unfortunately, when you start doing these things, sometimes you just get lost in it and forget all about what you're supposed to be doing. And I forgot all about that until long afterwards. And then when I looked up and saw you had done that, I was like, oh, cool, at least somebody did.
But when I think hollow, it reminds me very much of the anime Bleach.
Yeah.
Where they have these monsters called hollows, and they have these holes that go all the way through them. Yep. And I thought it was an interesting design choice, so I thought it'd be fun to try taking a crack at it. Now, if you look at this piece, you look at the pencils, some of the things I point out, it's very rough. A lot of times if I know in a piece that I'm going to be inking it very quickly or something like that, or I kind of have an idea of how I want it to be inked and I just need to lay down pencil lines to sort of indicate where the ink is going to go, I don't try to tighten up the pencils too much. This is, of course, different than if you're doing a straight pencil drawing where you really want to tighten up your pencils because, this isn't going to be seen with the final piece. Yeah. And then, of course, one of my favorite features in Manga Studio, you can click layer color and switch it to blue line. Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
You can convert anything to blue line. I love it. So then I put it in blue line, and then I created my ink on top. I inked it. Mm-hmm. So if I were to hide the, so this is when I'm inking, I do that. And if you notice with the pencil, like a lot of times I'll indicate areas of potential shading by just doing some real quick shading with the pencil. Yeah. Now these lines, notice they don't quite match up necessarily with the original pencil, because you can do refinement as you're doing your inking. So if I turn off the ink, you'll notice like the hand looks a little different. The shoulder over here looks slightly different. Some of this stuff, that's all part of the sort of the progression as you tighten up. Instead of tightening up in the pencil phase, you tighten up in the ink phase.
Yep.
Which is a luxury you have when you're inking digitally. It's not necessarily a luxury you have when you're inking traditionally. Traditionally, it's like it's one-shot go, and then you have a bunch of correction white with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case. All right, so this piece I did not actually color. Instead, I just toned it. So I went through and I flatted the main character. I'll go real quick. I'll hide the pencil so you can just see what the ink version of him looks like. So I went ahead and I just went in. I kind of flatted him. Now he's just your generic, 1950s style cartoon android. So he's very much just one color gray.
Yeah.
Just some different tones. We've got some different tones in the little panel here. Beep boop and stuff like that. But for the most part, he's just this generic gray. Went in, added basic backgrounds, just two-tone.
Yep.
He's in a crowd. Huzzah! And then
I really like his eyes.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, it's just simple, but it works really well. I mean, it just pops. So.
Thanks.
They're super
expressive. And notice, like, if we zoom in on the eyes, that's black, white, and two tones of gray. That's all it is.
Yep.
You really do not need a whole lot, and that's one thing that some people forget. Like, you don't need a whole lot of color to get depth in things, or a whole lot of tones, which is why it's really cool to experiment with limited palettes when you're doing paintings and illustrations. All right, so then I went in, I just added some tone. So here's some tones that I did, just some cell shading, where if I turn this off again, so it goes from this flat gray to just kind of being, we've got some highlights on the edges, just some rim lighting that gives it kind of that 3D feel.
Yep.
So we've got our shadow, and I went back in and added rim lighting. So that way we kind of feel that this is a three-dimensional object. This is a 3D, guy, and he's hollow, and he's an enthusiast, and he's out there cheering on generic sports, whatever robot thing it is. Maybe it's robot soccer. I don't know.
Maybe it's the two fighting in Jenn's.
Yeah, maybe he's cheering. Yeah, he's cheering on Jenn's fighters here. Trying to see who's going to decapitate the other. You never know. But yeah, so that's kind of the piece that I did. I did not color this one. I've been kind of in a black and white mood lately, so I decided to go ahead and do them in tones because I've been practicing a lot with doing my tonal stuff. Which
nice.
With practice, of course, you get quite a bit of. You improve quite a bit. My tones look a lot better than they used to. I used to not, 6 months ago, I wouldn't have said I could tone at all, really. Yeah. Now I think, I've got a basic grasp of it. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so that's my piece. So, any other comments you guys want to state before we move on to the next bit?
I like that you added the the crowd. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of real simple. So I mean, it's interpretive, but I really like the the little like. It reminds me of that scene from Episode 1 Star Wars where they basically had painted Q-tips in the crowd just to simulate the fact that there was something back there. It's cool. I like it. Yeah,
silhouette is your friend.
Yeah.
And just an indication. A lot of times you don't, and that's a thing that you do a lot in painting, right? Where you just kind of indicate where things are. You don't actually have to paint them in complete detail unless it's vital to the piece.
Yep.
Unless you're obsessive.
Unless you're obsessive. I'm sometimes obsessive, and sometimes I'm kind of crazy when it comes to inking pieces.
Nathan, after you posted that one, the forest. Suddenly I am obsessed with the forest as well. Like
they're so fun.
It's like you're contagious.
Yeah, and I can bring up that piece if people want to know what we're talking about. Actually, I can bring up the original so we can actually zoom into it and see what the insanity is. Load up the comic here. I'll screen share again. All right, sure. All right, so I'm working on a graphic novel, and spoilers. So unpublished pages are going in. I actually pencil a lot of this stuff separately. I pencil digitally on one of my other tablets, and I bring it on here. But here we go. Let's go ahead and close those. Do not save. All right, so this is the panel we're talking about.
Oh.
If you guys can you guys see that?
Oh yeah.
So this page is meant to reproduce at something like 6 inches wide by 9 inches tall. But if we zoom in on the trees, and we keep zooming in on the trees. So
Yeah.
this is the problem with vector inking. I inked every one of these trees by hand. This is not copy paste. This is like a cubic centimeter. This is something that you will like. I tried printing it on my high resolution 3D printer, and you could not see the the actual trees. I got a little smarter over here. These are more like, scribblies, the deep background. Thank goodness. But these other trees, but it's just so much fun to ink all these trees, all the way in the background, and then going in here and like doing all the trees. But overall, I was very happy with how the panel turned out. I thought it was a lot of fun to ink, and I know. See, Ben and Jen actually saw me pencil this and then start inking it. So, but it was pretty crazy. You can check out this page and other pages from my graphic novel over on my DeviantArt. But yeah, so it was pretty crazy but kind of fun. So,
and I can see Ben keeps posting the forest. Yeah. So the current page, right, is all black background. But actually, what I was working on when you called was I figured out how to get the background in. So I've been drawing trees back there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why, like, in things, forests and cityscapes and stuff like that are some of the most time-consuming things to draw, but they can be a ton of fun. But that's one of the reasons why, like, when people do things like the 24-hour comic challenge, they tell you, please, oh please, do not draw cities or forests in your comic, because that will like, it'll take you the 24 hours to do one panel, one page, and you can't finish your 24-page comic in 24 hours if you're doing that. Yeah, Your Great Wonders, awesome comic.
Thank you.
Pitch for Jen stuff.
That one that Ben's looking at right now, I actually colored that one. I have
you did?
version. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, and I can't pull it up because I don't have it. But I want to see that. Yeah, that should be cool.
All right, so do we want to get to some real quick 5-minute sketch prompts?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right,
I cannot sketch with you, just so you know.
Well, we'll do a couple. We'll have Ben do one, and then I can do one after.
Cool.
And you can be our referee, Jen.
Yeah, I'll just heckle, I guess.
I was gonna say you could just judge us.
You can judge us. You can be like, it's terrible. It's a piece of crap. And then we'll just be sad. So, anyways, we've been thinking about mixing it up every once in a while, and one of the thoughts we had was doing a kind of some real quick sketch challenges. Now, right now, do we want to do it from the random generator, or
No, I think we should do this Mad Lib style.
Should the audience suggest stuff?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Otherwise, that's dangerous.
Those who are watching, well, we have the right. We reserve the right to collectively veto any suggestion.
No.
I think we collectively can reserve the right to veto, but
okay. Here's the thing. Object. Give me an object.
All right, people in the audience, if you're paying attention, give us an object. Give us an object. Type it. Come on. I'm gonna like pee.
Wait. Do. Oh well, I guess there's a little bit of a lag between when we.
Yeah, I know. There's probably like a 10-second, 15-second lag.
I thought it was more like 30 seconds, but yeah.
Like
aboutses.
Okay. A king is unless it's a like playing card king. That's not an object, Mark.
Kind of
Though
is.
If it's a king chess piece. Okay.
I'm with Mark on this. I think a king is still an object.
Yeah.
It can be a figurehead. It can be it's a noun, and technically.
Here we go. Here's the challenge. Let's see how Ben handles the pressure. Is that a king? It looks more like a rook.
Is it?
Oh, can you make it so that Ben's screen is the one that's open?
It is.
Oh, because I see you.
That's
Not that you're
probably-
bad, just
You probably clicked on me.
I don't think I did. Did I?
It should be on Ben. It's on Ben. I just checked the actual stream. It's on Ben. Chess King says Mark. Yes, so you're right.
Which has...
They have it. Just has the cross on the top.
Oh, is it the cross? That's
Yeah.
right. God, it's been a while since I played
Because the
chess.
bishop has the little papal hat.
That's right.
Bishops always useful early game, not so much late game. Chess masters, don't get mad at me. I'm not a chess master. Wiley suggested lava lamp, and Shane suggested a plane,
The plane!
which makes me think of the movie Airplane, which is a terrible, terrible movie.
Oh, it's not a terrible movie.
Terrible as in ridiculous, funny, and, well, just plain terrible.
Well, yeah, if you're going to go that.
Wow, I just realized I used to be obsessed with drawing chess pieces.
Yeah?
I had forgotten that.
I have a big inked piece that was in the Albuquerque Metro competition many, many years ago. It was one of the ones that placed that was a chessboard. It was one of the first pieces I actually inked.
Wow.
Yeah. I still like it. It's pretty cool. I have it hanging in the other room.
So I got to learn how to use the perspective tools one of these days.
Perspective tools rock.
Oh, I know. I just haven't figured them out yet.
Maybe
Yeah, it
you
always
can
takes me
notice
about
me.
20 to 30 minutes to figure out how to use perspective tools.
There you go.
I think I may switch to, yeah. Okay.
Sping.
So are you...
Nice.
So that's it for your Chess King?
Yes. Yes. Wait. No. Now it is.
Da-da-da!
You say
Congratulations.
2014 or 2015?
I'm
It's
living
time
in the
traveling
past.
chess piece.
That's right. 2015. Wow, you can tell I've been drawn.
All right.
Okay, you're up.
So how long?
So you want to do the lava lamp or the plane?
Well, I could try either, but I will have to look up a reference for plane. Shane wants a biplane, which is harder than a regular plane. All right.
No reference.
Shared.
There's no
We're
reference in baseball.
You don't want me to draw from reference?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Make it up. If you don't know how it works, make it work.
I will close it then. Okay, it's closed. All right. Crap.
It's interpretive.
And the pen doesn't work. Hold on one second. I gotta reinitialize my Cintiq.
Yeah, no worries.
This is the one problem with having a tethered device, like the Green Hybrid. Every once in a while, it loses. It goes, "Oh, I'm not a tablet, am I?"
Yep.
And so, like, had the touch, but it didn't have. It forgot the pen.
Oh, you know what? I think this is the first show since I've got my companion too.
Ooh.
Isn't it? Well, no, because when we recorded, I had it, but yeah, but we didn't show that one. Yeah, so maybe I'll show off my bag at some point.
Yes, Ben, have you been using your Cintiq, Ben?
No.
Oh, Ben.
I know, it's been sitting in my bag.
You use the Cintiq, or you worry about getting the Cintiq, and then yeah, we're switching it over. Mark. Okay. Now I can start. Now I've got a pen.
Okay,
Yay.
cool.
Right. So here we go. So typically the biplanes have like a fuselage. So I'm just going to kind of do a cartoony biplane. Gonna have
Not a problem.
1 seat, 2 seats, 2-seater. Fuselage comes back. Then we've got tail. I'll let you guys time me because I'm terrible. If you want to time, I mean, these are just supposed to be quick sketches.
Yeah.
So. Yay, touchscreen. So.
Sure, if you're into that kind of thing.
You can get that kind of thing to work right. So. Then it's got some sort of crisscross still.
Yep.
On the other side. Are you looking at references, Ben?
Nope.
Okay. Just check.
I'm just looking at what you're doing.
Some sort of crisscross. All the plane enthusiasts are like, "No, Nathan, you're ruining our plane."
Yeah.
There's a really interesting, I want to say it's a Nova. It's on PBS, and it's about guys who are really into like World War I and World War II, and they've been rebuilding all the World War I planes, like with all the schematics and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But weirdly enough, I guess a lot of the schematics haven't made it, so they piece them together trying to rebuild by what they think should be, or they'll find like a right wing but not a left wing, so then they have to like mirror it and hope that they're getting all the mechanics right. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's fixed carriage landing gear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, did I talk about that last time? Like, do I just keep talking about it?
No, I don't know.
You,
First I heard of it. Sounds cool, though.
I've not heard of this. You're doing it wrong, Nathan!
Nope, not at all. There is no wrong.
I need some sort of pilot in here. He's going to be a dude.
Snoopy?
I know, right?
Snoopy.
I mean, some random cartoon dog.
He's going to look more like Peabody and Sherman, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more like Peabody and Sherman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he really looks like Peabody. Oh, goodness.
That's awesome.
If that's the case, then I got to do Sherman in the back seat. That doesn't look like Sherman. Oh, well.
I actually can't remember what Sherman looks like.
He's got glasses and like a stripy shirt.
Yeah.
If I remember it.
You need the bullseye on the side.
The bullseye, like the symbol.
Yep. There you go.
Instead of the bullseye.
Oh, there you go.
That works too.
Air Force USAF FTW. Just kidding.
Nope, that's right.
Sweet.
Erasers are your friend. What?
Mark just said he looks like Ben.
He's a shaman. So I just recently watched a French film that went up on Amazon Prime. It's animated. Ernest and Clementine, I think is the name of it. Very well done. Definitely recommend it.
I think I've heard of that one.
It's an animated. It's like children's book, but I think that they colored it digitally because it looks very much like watercolor. Like every frame looks like it's watercolor.
See, all I've watched is the whole season of
Daredevil?
Daredevil. Yeah.
I just finished it today.
Dude.
Not gonna spoil it. Not gonna. Spoil
That's 5 minutes.
Holy freaking crap! It's better than Arrow.
Is it the live action one?
Yes. Dude.
It is better.
It was
than Arrow.
awesome.
I really like Daredevil. I mean, as a character, you know.
They do him justice. Let me put it
Yes.
that way.
Yeah.
They do Matt Murdock justice, and I didn't think they were going to be able to.
And I'm just gonna say this again because I can't say it enough. That scene from the second episode. Oh my God.
Huh.
That was
the hallway.
I have to go see it.
One take.
Oh,
Or at least
dude,
it looks like one take.
that was amazing. That was like the most. I don't even know that I because like the whole thing happened and then I like afterwards like something that just like smacked me upside the head. I'm like, they didn't cut that whole thing. There was no cuts. It was one long scene.
Or if there were, they were incredibly clever about it.
They could have when somebody went into a doorway or something like that. But
like
still, regardless, it was
epic.
incredible. It was epic. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, no, it is way better than I expected.
I was not expecting much, and I came out of it with a 5-star Netflix rating.
Well, and the funny thing is, like everybody was saying before I even started watching it, because I was actually waiting for it to show up that night, and it showed up after I had to go to sleep, so I missed it the first night. And like the next day, everybody's like already saying best superhero movie. So I'm like, okay, that's a lot. That's pretty high praise. So how good is this going to be? And blew it out of the park.
That's cool.
So not to. Well, I digress. What's next, guys? You want to do another one?
All right. So I'm guessing that I've already passed my 5-minute mark.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna...
So do you guys want another one? Throw it up there.
Well, I think there's still lava lamp to go, right?
Well, sure, if you want to draw a lava lamp. Yeah, I could draw a lava lamp.
You want to draw a lava lamp?
I could draw a lava lamp. Oddly enough, it's not the first time I've drawn a lava lamp. So,
There you go, Shane. I did your biplane. There you go, Shane. Your biplane.
Lava lamp. I'm not going to draw a lava lamp, and that's not a good concept. But I already drew like a cylindrical object, and I don't want to draw another cylindrical object.
Okay, so more prompts, guys.
More prompts. Keep them coming.
Shane wants us to do a lava lamp still.
Lava lamp, lava lamp, lava lamp. Do you want to change it from object to something else?
We could change the theme. Let's see here. I don't know what. See, this is bad. This is really bad.
All right, I'll do it real quick.
Okay. You'll do the lava lamp. Wiley just suggested a log house. Or log cabin. Do you want to share a screen there, Ben?
Oh, yeah, am I not doing... Oh, yeah.
You're like, done!
It's like, that was awesome. See, I did this wrong. I could have just done that and nobody would have ever seen it. I would have just could have said how great it was and nobody could have argued.
Amazing. It's amazing. Okay. Mark wants a chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
What?
I could do a chainsaw.
A what?
A chainsaw.
What?
Chainsaw.
So come and get it. Sorry.
That's a chainsaw.
No, I know. It's like the one Limp Bizkit lyric I've liked. It's like a chainsaw. What? A chainsaw. What? I don't know.
Oh, now I remember. Okay, yeah.
It's stupid, but it makes me laugh like every time.
Look at the shadows. Look at them shapes. Yeah, Ben gets the easy ones. I'm just kidding. This is the luck of the draw. In this case, the luck of what you get to draw.
I got forced into it. It's not my fault.
That's my biplane.
So I'm sitting here at my husband's desk, and I'm finding all of the jump drives that have disappeared over the past, 6 months. Here.
So
I
John
know.
Hear about this soon? You're going to be like, hey, John, guess what? I found all those thumb drives that disappeared.
I know.
It looks like a monster inside the lava lamp.
It's kind of what I'm...
The blob.
Oh, looks like it has arms.
Mwahaha. You know, that's not a bad idea if you have some otherworldly being that you've trapped. Keep him in a lava lamp, people can't tell.
We actually have a character who's that's essentially what he is. He's the fluid inside of a lava lamp inside of a spacesuit that looks like a lava lamp.
Nice.
Okay, let's see.
So,
Do this quick.
what's that? Is that a background thing?
I think he's drawn a log house behind it, log cabin.
Is this a lava lamp in a log cabin?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That is like the ultimate outsider, man. He's doing it, guys. He's doing it. He is doing the log cabin.
Dun 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 dun.
We'll get sued by someone for using their unlicensed song. They don't care if it's a cover. They will send their voice after us and our stream and our 5 watchers. Just kidding. Oh, it's got curtains. It's got that little touch of home.
Yeah.
Gonna fly now in our biplane.
This is my.
Are those the trees?
This is my homage to Nathan trees.
To the insane trees.
Careful. You start out joking about those trees before you know it. That's all you're drawing.
15 minutes later, I'm still drawing trees. I'm not done yet.
Yep.
I had that issue with one of my other pages where I was doing the rock, the palace on the cliff.
Yeah.
And I just got all into the. I think that's when I decided that I needed to start making a custom brushes for laying down texture.
I have actually I have a couple of presets I need to share with you guys that I found. I think it's Fiona Staple, who does Saga.
Yeah.
She had posted something. Okay, now I'm just phoning it in. Wait. Had to try to remember the date.
Congratulations, Ben.
All right, I'm done.
The winner is you.
I have the power. No, Fiona Staple. I think it was Instagram. She posted. No, somebody asked her what brushes she used, and she posted a link to somebody's presets that she started using. And she said they were game changers. So I went there, and it was just, I think it was just like a link to, a couple images of how he sets up his brushes, and I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. But yeah, I need to share those. They're pretty cool. I guess I should probably post those in the comments or something.
That's cool. I have a McCraney brush now.
Really?
I do, and it is squiggly and squirrely.
It sounds like McCraney.
Yeah.
Curfew McCraney.
I don't know how he makes that stuff work so well, but he does.
He's just amazing, is what he is.
Wait, I think it's time for Damn You, McCraney.
Damn you, McCraney!
Never gonna watch our show again.
No, but that's okay.
Hey, they keep cursing at me.
I think I was out in Portales and I even did a Damn You, McCraney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Famous even around them parts.
Yeah.
Well,
I was out there, just talking the craft, and at one point you just have to, you mention McCraney and you just have to go, McCraney!
I did like his video that he posted recently on making maquettes, though. I thought it was a nice walkthrough.
I'm making the what?
Maquettes.
Huh.
I still don't catch that. What?
Maquettes.
Oh, maquettes. Okay, I was like, my cats? Maquettes?
Yes, my cats. Yes,
Gotcha. I don't know. Okay.
My cats.
Gotcha. Yes, I understand. Yes, that was actually very cool. Very cool. And worthy of...
This is kind of a scary looking chainsaw, which is awesome.
Yeah, damn it, we're at time-wise?
No idea. I was
on episode?
Yes.
Our episode is 46 minutes in.
Cool. Okay. So we got some time.
So we got a few minutes left. Do we want to come up with a couple more prompts?
Yeah. You guys want to throw a couple more at us?
And also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to send questions our way too. About what? Almost any topic.
Except for that one, and you know which one that is.
We will not spoil TV shows.
Well, we will, and that's the problem.
Oh, that's the problem. Yeah, don't ask us TV show things. Someone will be upset somewhere.
Ask me. Ask me. I'm kidding. You know, I really think the next show I'm gonna force myself to do it on the Cintiq Companion.
I think you should, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm doing mine on my Cintiq.
Oh, I know.
So what video games you guys playing these days?
Destiny.
God.
I have been playing Inquisition.
Are you
Dragon
still
Age.
with it?
Just kind of piddling along with it, but.
All right.
I love how I say Destiny. You guys like, yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I remember Destiny. It was super fun when you had friends, you know.
I bought the 360 version because that's what you guys had, and then you
I
guys
know.
sold your copies.
Well,
like the same week that I bought the 360 version. I was like,
because Ben moved up to the Xbox One, and it was all sad and lonely.
It is sad and lonely. Finally put together a decent. We put together decent raid teams.
Oh, cool.
360 every week.
Macaroni and cheese in a shoe.
That's definitely a prompt.
That is a prompt.
So this is obviously a gas-powered one with the pull handle. I have drawn chainsaws before, so.
Yes, yeah.
Four.
Look at you guys with your nice signatures, man. I need to do something like that.
There you go, chainsaw.
Yes.
The zombie.
Okay, Mark, but what kind of shoe?
Bloop. Save. What kind of shoe?
A pie splat.
Yeah, Shane has some cartoon characters that throw pies at each other.
Nice.
So he's always looking for a good pie joke. Dot. Okay, we're at 48 minutes, so probably one, maybe two challenges, and then we'll wrap.
Okay. A rain boot. That's a lot of macaroni and cheese. I'm just saying.
That is a lot of macaroni and cheese.
Although I guess if you're going to put it in something, a rain boot would probably make more sense than most.
Well, it's like those boots in Iceland, like the glass boots that you get the beer in.
Yes.
I saw that in Walter Mitty.
Yes.
And I believe it. That was an underrated film. I actually thought it was far better than many films that Ben Stiller has done lately.
Oh yeah, no, I dug the heck out of it.
It's definitely one of his more artistic films, or one of his most artistic films.
Yep. How's that going? Oh, not like that.
It's a good looking boot, man.
It really is.
Oh, hey, Jordan. Jordan suggests a pirate bird. He's making. That's okay, Jordan. It's okay to make things up.
How do you make cheese?
How do you make cheese?
How would you draw melted cheese?
I'd make it look all gooey like it's running out of the boot.
Oh, macaroni
Yeah.
cheese. So gross. Why is there so much macaroni and cheese? I just try to think of the story behind it. Why is there macaroni and cheese in the boot? It sounds, but it does definitely sound like a prompt for a story. Like if you're in a writing class and they give you a story prompt and they're like, the story prompt is, he woke up and there was macaroni
Who the
and cheese
heck
in his
put
boot.
the macaroni and cheese
In
the
boot? Yeah, in the boot. And that is the story prompt. You have to build a story off of that. I remember when I was in creative writing and I got in an argument with the teacher. The teacher was explaining this thing called flash fiction, and she goes, "Flash fiction is a story that, is incredibly short, only a couple of sentences long, but it gives you an entire picture of what's happening." And so she poses this example where she goes, it's the shortest story ever written, and it's entitled Fleas. And that's the title of the story. And the body of the story is Adam had 'em.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and so that's flash fiction. She goes, it's short, only a couple sentences, and I was like, that's awesome. And I said, and then I raised my hand and I'm like, so cartoon strips would be kind of like flash fiction, right? And she's like, why would you say that? And I'm like, well, they're short, they're only a couple sentences long, and they tell a complete story. She's like, no, cartoon strips don't count. That's totally different. They have pictures. I'm like, well, but it fits the definition, right? A couple sentences tells a story. It's brief. I'm still of the opinion that cartoon strips are an example of visual flash fiction. I just thought it was funny. Break out the digital copics. Or Copics, whatever you call them.
It's the only way I can figure out how to make cheese.
He just upped the ante, fellas. He just upped the ante.
Oh, it has been brought in.
Okay. That's it. Oh. You better have it splatting a pie or something.
Who, me?
Yeah.
How am I going to splat a pie with a shoe full of macaroni and cheese?
I don't know. That's the question.
I think it answers itself there, Ben.
You splat a pie.
Okay.
So that really does look like Copic marker.
Kind of.
The way it lays down. Not as responsive, obviously, or blendable.
How would I even do that?
Just have it splatted behind it, like it fell off a table. It's a pie tin. Don't worry, Shane. I'll work a pie into mine somehow, probably. Oh, More pie. It is sad. Waste of a perfectly good pie.
It is. It's a perfectly good pie. You don't waste pie. Pie is good. Okay.
My turn.
Wait.
Oh, gotta wait for the signature.
Boom. There you
Bam.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So I gotta do a pirate bird. It's
go. With a pie. With a pie.
I'll do it with a pie. So, blocking out my bird here.
Bird. Bird is the word. So while we're doing this, anybody have any questions? Anybody do anything cool? Anybody? I don't know. I don't know. I got a dog.
Oh, how's it going?
Not great.
I'm sorry to hear that, Ben.
Yeah.
Is he still
He's
just
all right.
not warming up to you?
No, not really. Had to take him to the vet this morning. He last night he wouldn't put any wouldn't put weight on one of his feet.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe he stepped on a stick or something like that. So do all the normal, stuff, and couldn't find anything wrong. Actually held an ice pack on it for a while because thought maybe I don't know, slept on it wrong or twisted it or something. So yeah, I took him to the vet this morning, and then all morning he's limping around on it, and get to the vet and he walks around fine.
Yep.
You little. So vet checked him out and said everything was fine. Couldn't find anything physically wrong, so gave him some pain pills that you have to break in half, some little tiny things, and tried that, and I don't know, so far it seems like he's okay, but it's just weird.
Oh man, my dogs are always doing that whole one paw hurts, so you should go get them ice cream or something.
Yeah.
And then they can't keep track of which paw it is, so you can kind of bust them on that.
Mm-hmm.
You lie.
Liars.
Dogs do lie.
Mm-hmm. He's a good dog, but he's a pain in the boot.
It's about right.
The rain boot filled with macaroni and cheese.
Yep.
I like that bird. That's a good bird.
He's perched on something. Maybe it's a mast. I don't know.
A little tiny sailboat.
Could be.
A little tiny pie.
You never know. One sec. Gotta add a pulley, some rope.
It is good stuff. Drink responsibly, kids. That's all I'm saying.
Let me look. Skull.
Is it a bird skull?
Yeah.
Nice.
And crossbones.
Wouldn't they be cross chicken wings?
They kind of are. Oh, that's even better. Okay, I need to do that.
Drumsticks? Yeah.
Cross drumsticks. Even ho and heave away. Hey, row and go the gangs on board and the cables are stored. Jimmy Balkan round the bandio.
That was the other game I was playing quite a bit of.
I played way too much of that game.
Oh, man.
Heave ho and heave away. Sing, laddie, sing!
That's like Grand Theft Auto with a sailboat.
It is GTA sailboat style.
What's this one?
Black Flag.
Oh,
Assassin's
cool.
Creed Black Flag. It is. I think that, even though I absolutely loved AC2 to death, I think Black Flag goes down as my favorite of the Assassin's Creed series, mainly because it's freaking pirates. I mean, how can you...
It's pirates. I mean, how many times can you carjack another boat?
It's like every 15 minutes or less. They should have gotten Geico, because in 15 minutes or less, they've lost their ship.
Oh my gosh, man! I mean, it's one step under. I'm not even gonna say what you can do in GTA, but you know what you can do in GTA.
What can you do in GTA, Ben? Please elaborate.
Well, not much.
Not a whole lot. What can't you do in GTA is the better question.
Yeah, I actually got the latest one. I rented it, and it was weird. It's like I got it, put the game in, spent, I don't know, however long to install it, finally get it up and running, jumped in a car, drove the car around, jumped in another car, tried to get into an airplane, got in an airplane, flew that around for a little bit, crashed, turned the game off, and it probably sat on the corner of my table for probably a month and a half. It's like, I don't know, I got my fix and I was done. Yar.
And just...
So I'm having connection issues, so if I just disappear, that's what happened again.
Okay.
Here's a random pie in the corner for shade.
There you go.
It's not splattered. Ben splattered one, but there's your pie.
That's a before and after.
Yep.
That's not really macaroni in there. The boot's just below the bird.
All right, so there's my bird. So you guys, I hope you like the... too much. Yar.
Yar.
I like my bird.
That's a good bird. I like that bird.
All right.
You want to end it with another one, or do you want me to show off the Cintiq?
I think that this is the moment to show off the Cintiq, and then we'll wrap up here.
Okay.
Switch back to Ben.
Okay. I gotta switch to camera. That one. Cool. Yar. I'm a parrot and a bird. Uh-oh. Let me move that a little bit because that's in the way. Okie doke. Oh, God, this thing's heavy.
Glad you guys like the pirate bird.
That is a good pirate bird. So this is my custom case that we made for the Cintiq Companion. Oh, it's Companion 2, I guess. So the reason we did this is because we open this up. Here, I'm going to move this camera just a tiny bit. Okay. So what it is we basically made pouches for, so I have a little Bluetooth keyboard. I have a little Bluetooth mouse. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this one, but it's a little Microsoft Wedge mouse. It's really strange, but it's actually pretty handy. I like it. It's a good mouse.
Teensy.
It is. It's really tiny, and you wouldn't think. I mean, okay, everybody's used to seeing like a regular traditional mouse and should have all this space, but this one's, well, I'll put them up for comparison. There's
like just the buttons.
Yeah, it's just the buttons, but it's weird because you hold it like that, and really that's the same way you hold a regular mouse. Or that's the same way you hold a regular mouse. So you can do everything you would do normally. It's just half the size. It's pretty handy. I like that one a lot. So then got the Cintiq pen and whatnot. Goes in there. Various cables and actually that's the connection cable to the PC. I made this pouch on the bottom that I put the power adapter, and actually it was kind of not good. It's not a good thing, but I guess Radio Shack was going out of business, so I was able to pick up one of these, which is a mini display port to HDMI DVI.
That's handy.
And a regular display. Yeah, it's really handy. So it basically gives you the ability to hook up to projectors and everything like that.
Yeah.
So that's the pouches on the front, and let's get to this. Sorry, I keep.
It's like a World War I doughboy backpack.
A little bit. I'm incredibly lucky. My mom got into leatherworking a while back, and I had a birthday coming up, and I I just dropped my pen. That's not good. And I asked her if we could work on something like that, because that's the one thing about getting this is it's too dang expensive, and you just don't want it flopping around and getting beat up in the backpack or something. So I asked her if I could commission her to make me a custom bag for it. She actually thought it was kind of fun, so I did help her, well, as much as I could anyway. But so anyway, that's the Cintiq Companion 2. I assume I got battery in this thing. I'm not sure. Yeah. And I need to. Yeah, you know what? Next show I'm going to do it on this. I have to.
I think you do, man.
And for comparison, I do all my shows on the Companion 1.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Oh, cute.
It's really good. What's that?
I've got your password now.
No, you don't. Oh, maybe you do. I don't know. But
haven't you ever seen Sneakers?
Yeah, I know. I should have held it at this angle instead. And anyway, regardless. So it's here. I'm going to move the camera so I can hold it up, because I don't know if anybody's interested in one of these. They're quite a bit of an upgrade over the previous Cintiq Companion, because the previous Cintiq Companion had like two versions. There was the Companion Hybrid, which is what Nathan has, right?
That's what I use, yeah.
Okay. Which is an Android tablet that allows you to basically connect to a PC or a Mac via a cable, and then it turns it into a monitor for for the main computer. So it just basically stops being a tablet and becomes a monitor, or it's a tablet. So it's kind of it's both, but it's not one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's not the right way of putting that, but
yeah. Well, in other words, you can see, because they originally released the 13 HD, which is the same exact size, but no touch screen, no battery. All it had was you had to tether it by plugging it into the wall and plugging it into your computer. And so they had the 13 HD for like a year or a year and a half, and then they announced the Companion in those two models, the Hybrid, which was tetherable like the 13 HD, had a touch screen, and had a battery in it, which is what I purchased because I wanted the touch screen and I wanted the battery, because I can't guarantee where I'm going to be working on stuff that I can plug into the wall all the time. Where the 13 HD you had to, and that was like $300. It was $300 more than the regular one, but I thought it was worth it. And it happens to run Android untethered, which there's a lack of Android drawing apps, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then they had the Companion, the Cintiq Companion, just the regular version, which ran Windows 8, and it was you could not tether it to another machine, so you couldn't plug it into another machine to use as a monitor, which was kind of a deal killer on that model. Because what happens if you have a nice graphics rig and you'd like to use the Cintiq on the graphics rig? Now you just spent $2,000 on a device that you can only use with its internal i5 or whatever it had in it.
I'm gonna turn off my camera real quick because it just died.
Switch to my camera.
I know. I guess come back.
Yeah. To add additional confusion to the Cintiq Companion lineup, they just released the Cintiq Companion 2, which is just one model. It runs Windows 8.1. It's the one that Ben just purchased, and it can be tethered as well as run Windows on board. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the nice features of the Companion Hybrid, which is that you can plug it into your nice fancy graphics desktop and use it to control that, and you get to use full version Windows on the go, which is kind of awesome. And Wacom has now released the Cintiq 13 HD Touch, which is like the hybrid without a battery and without Android. That is what the 13 HD Touch is, and it costs like the same as the hybrid, which to me it's like, well, why wouldn't you just get the hybrid? Because then you get a battery and it costs almost the same price. But,
yeah.
You know, they shuffle pricings around a lot and stuff like that with Wacom.
Well, and they kind of keep dropping prices every once in a while too, which is kind of nice. There we go.
It's nice. All right, you're back. You got it focused. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that's the Companion, which, in comparison to mine, you've got some USB 3 ports. Mine only has a couple USB 2 ports on it.
Yeah, I think it's actually got 3 USBs. It's got the micro SD, which is really nice.
Yeah.
It has, I assume yours probably has Bluetooth as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty standard nowadays.
Yeah. It's, you know, I know Jen's mad at me because I'm not using it, and I should be.
Well, a little bit.
And, you know, I think the thing I keep kind of running into.
Yes, it has.
What monster has been stalking you the whole stream?
It's Godzilla over my shoulder.
Nice.
He's been in many a stream. He's always back there.
Nice.
It's just like Ben's Stormtrooper.
Oh yeah, actually I moved him.
Did you move your Stormtrooper?
Yeah, he's over here now.
Nice. Ben's got a full Stormtrooper in his.
Yeah, now he's watching over me, judging me. Saying, awesome. You can do better. Come on, my camera just died again. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I need to.
It's been that kind of show.
Yeah, it really has. But anyway, yes, I've been desperate to get my hands on the Cintiq Companion for quite a while. In fact, the month and a half or so before, from when it was announced to when I finally got it, was probably one of the most nerve-wracking months. Silly, but it was just frustrating. It was like, I just need this thing. And it's funny because I got it in the mail and opened it up and fired it up, charged the battery, and turned it off. And I think I did the updates and installed some software and turned it off and probably didn't touch it again for like 3 or 4 days. And part of that is, you know, just horrible timing. But what happened is I started doing sketch covers because you know it's like I just spent all this money on this, you know, this tablet, and I'm like, I got to find a way to pay for it. And so I started doing sketch covers, and they were selling fairly well. And so I kind of just got into this thing of doing these sketch covers, and it was funny because I was doing sketch covers to make the money back for the thing that I bought, and I wasn't using the thing that I bought. And so I just sat there, and I don't know. It's kind of weird. I've used it a couple times. It's really nice. I think coming from the big ones, because I have a 21UX, which is the model before the one that Jenn has, which is the widescreen version. So mine's like more of like a 4x3. Anyways, it's a much bigger monitor. I noticed the size is a little bit. It's smaller than I'm used to working on, so there's a little bit of that. You know, I think running it as a standalone PC, which is awesome that it can do. You know, I kind of ran into this issue where it's really it's kind of too heavy and too big to really be that kind of like, oh, I'm just going to throw this on my lap and draw. And I think, again, I mean, it's, you know, initially I think
I noticed that because I had the same issue with the Surface Pro 1 when I got it. It was too heavy and it was just a little bit too big to just kind of feel natural in that kind of like I'm sitting on my lap drawing kind of mode.
Did you have as much buyer's remorse with the Companion 2 as with the Surface Pro 1?
Well, no, because I still own this. You know what? The thing is like I couldn't take this back if I wanted to. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know that it's really buyer's remorse. It's just
you just haven't had a chance to use it.
I really haven't had much of a chance to really break it in, and I did recognize because I did actually I did ink a couple pages of a comic in it the other day, and I think once I get going on that, it's like that's what's really going to shine. Yeah. It's not really for me. It's not as great for like sketching and doodling and kind of doing the more finished pieces that I really do need that bigger screen for. Mm-hmm. I think, but doing comics because you're basically working on a panel, you can get right there on that panel. I think that is just about perfect because you don't really need it to be much bigger. It's a good size for that, and really, generally speaking, you're kind of working right at that level that you kind of want to be drawing a comic book at. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's not really buyer's remorse. It's just I know at some point I'm going to have to sit down and really figure this thing out, and I just haven't spent the time to do it, and I feel really bad about that because I've been so stupidly frothing at the mouth to get this thing, and then I get it and it just sits in a bag. Actually, I think I had more fun building the bag for it than I've had actually on the machine so far.
Kills me when you say stuff like that.
I know.
Like, oh.
I know. Although, interesting news, I went to the computer shop I used to work at today, and I was talking to a friend of mine over there, and I told him, I kind of offhanded said, maybe I'll just sell this and go buy a Surface Pro 3. And he's like, yeah, don't do that. And I'm like, I wouldn't do that. But he's like, well, the Surface Pro 4 is going to be coming out or going to be announced here really soon, and they're doing, some interesting things. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and they just announced the Surface 3.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Which is the ARM processor. But it still uses that stupid Entrig stylus that people hate. So.
Well, I don't think it's a game. I don't think it's a. I don't think it's a killer. What's the word I'm looking for?
Deal breaker.
I don't think it's a deal breaker. It is. Yeah, it's not a Wacom stylus, which it's a shame.
You get spoiled by Wacom is the problem, I think.
What's that?
Wacom spoils you. Like this,
well, it really does, and
sensor quality.
I think had they not come out with their Cintiq companion line, I mean, there's not really much benefit in then pairing up with Microsoft at that point. And I think that might be part of why they went the Entrig. I've heard pretty decent things about the Surface Pro 3.
Well, as a tablet, yes, but I've heard from a lot of artists that they haven't used it or haven't liked it as much.
Really?
Just the stylus, like the nibs wear down real fast.
Well, yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah, I haven't used it, so I can't really speak personally about it. But a couple artists I do know, or that I've followed or read stuff on. They were kind of like, well, it is what it is, but once you kind of get these settings dialed in, it's actually pretty good. But yeah, the nibs weighing down is kind of a thing. But
that's a little scary, actually. For me at least. Like, I don't want my nibs wearing out.
Yeah.
I use that stylus extensively, though I will say for sketching, getting the Galaxy Note and Sketchbook Pro for Android to sketch on the go, it was like $200.
Yeah.
And that's probably some of the best $200 I spent on digital art equipment. because I can sketch, and it's like sketching on a Cintiq. The response isn't nearly as good, the and stuff, but the results, there's little arguing with the results.
Yeah.
I can probably open.
Yeah, because you've done you sketched on quite a few pages that way, right?
Yes, I pencil my comic.
Yeah.
On an Android tablet.
Yep.
Right now. So so this is a page. This actually went up the other day on DeviantArt. So some of you guys have seen this. I'll give you some full glory. Like the panels. It was fun to ink. But if I turn off all these layers, all the layers, I feel like Ben. But if I were to turn off these, well, I gotta collapse them first. If I were to turn off these layers, the whole thing's gonna, in the black, see, kind of see how my pages go together. And then I turn on this. This is the pencil. This is the actual penciled image.
Yeah.
That I did on my Galaxy Note in Sketchbook Pro. So this is the actual pencil. Just in case people are wondering, like, how do you translate those pencils into ink drawings? So this is the pencil version, and so it's great for pencils.
Yeah.
There isn't any real decent inking apps other than like this program called Layer Paint that I found for Android for doing high res. There are plenty of inking apps that do low res, or they can do low res stuff, but very few can actually support 300, 600 DPI images at a size that would be printable. So that's why I mainly use it for penciling. But it's nice because the one issue that I have, or the one big issue I have with using my Cintiq Companion mobile, away from the machine, is it is friggin' heavy. That thing is so heavy. It is not comfortable for marathon sessions sitting on the couch with it on my lap.
Yeah.
Just sketching. It's not comfortable. It just isn't.
Yeah.
And so
it's the same thing. And honestly, it's like I got the i7 version, and one thing that I kind of, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have just gone with the i3. Because here's the thing. Okay, it is awesome that it's a tablet unto itself. That is amazing. Problem is, what I've found is I'm more likely to want to plug it into another device than I am to want to run it by itself, because and this is really weird because it's like I sat with it for one day at lunch, and I was I had it up and I was playing around with it. I'm just moving things around trying to get comfortable with it, and I just couldn't. It's like sitting in a chair that's not comfortable. I just couldn't get comfortable in it, and I was like, well, I still haven't hooked it up to a machine, so I was like, I'll try it, and I hooked the thing in and plugged it in, and it's like, suddenly it was like, oh, this feels so much better, and I think part of that's I run multiple monitors, both at home and at work, so I'm kind of just used to having sort of like elbow room, and when you're on like a tablet like this with one single screen, there's just no elbow room.
Yeah, that.
I mean, it's silly, but it just you feel kind of cramped, and I think that was a thing. So I think once you have that ability to hook into another computer, boom, it takes care of itself. So I think honestly, had I to do it over again, I would probably just go with the i3, because if I needed to, it would still run Sketchbook Pro. It would still run Manga Studio. Heck, my computer at work is an i3 and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not they're graphic programs, but they're not terribly, intensive graphic programs.
Well, a lot of people, they think that the CPU speed is the most important part of a graphic system, and that's actually usually not the case.
Yeah.
You can do pretty heavy graphic stuff with a low-end CPU.
Yeah.
The big limiting factor is actually hard drive space and RAM.
Yep.
Having enough hard drive space, if you're not drawing vector,
yeah.
Enough hard drive space to save your big pictures with all the layers at print resolution, and then RAM so that you can load all that and work on it on a regular basis. And that's actually the big reason why a lot of Android tablets, there's not a lot of good like I said, like inking programs on Android tablets, is there's only a handful of those programs that handle the memory well.
Yeah.
Android has its own underlying issues of handling RAM and stuff like that it doesn't have a whole lot available to programs.
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of these companies that do these drawing apps, they go, oh, we'll release for iPad because Apple, we pay them to give us access to all the memory.
Exactly.
But in Android, we can never guarantee how much RAM we're going to have.
Exactly.
And so that's an issue that you run into with trying to find drawing apps. But, on Android at least, Sketchbook Pro, Corel Painter, Layer Paint, those are like my 3 programs of choice. And then, of course, Photoshop Mobile or Express or whatever it is that you can actually ink and color in Photoshop Mobile.
It's like I said, I mean, I think, with even going with the i3 version, still having the basically ability to plug into a PC, I mean, once you do that, you already have a machine that's more than capable, well, assuming you have a good PC, that's more than capable of doing everything you want to do, and all you're doing is using the hard drive, or not the hard drive, but the computing power of the master PC, and now it just turns it into a screen, and it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And if you're on and here's the other thing too, is with the i7, that fan is running all the time.
It's so hot.
Yeah, and I thought about it, I was like, probably i3 would run a little bit less, so it probably would not run as hot, so it would, I wouldn't be as concerned about it heating up. So, I mean, there's just some considerations, but, I know why I got the i7. I thought, more memory, more hard drive space, all those kind of things. But, yeah, so.
Yeah, all right, so I think we're going to go ahead, and here we will go ahead and get ready to wrap up. Anyways, did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about before we let everybody go for the evening? I think we had a pretty good chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all good.
You all good? All right, well, I'm sorry, did you have something?
Do we need to generate a prompt for next time?
No, that's at the end of the Pen and Stylus, so we'll do that at the end of the next show.
Oh my God, we're doing another show?
I thought... Oh, no, I got you. Yeah,
repeat.
There you go. That's what I was thinking.
So, yeah.
Understood.
So, anyways, did anyone have anything else to say then?
No, I think I'm good.
Jen?
Jen, you good?
Nope, all set.
All right.
Cool.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight and watching the show. We really appreciate your support. We do this for you guys. And as always, feel free to send us any questions, any topics you'd like for the next show, because our next show is going to be Pen and Stylus. So that is a topic-based, talk show type discussion where you guys give us a topic and we will talk we will become experts on that topic, or if not, at least talk at length about said topic. Yes. So feel free to let us know any questions you have. You can send them to myself or Ben or Jen. In particular, send them to the Pen and Stylus DeviantArt or our Twitter or our Facebook page. Yeah, we're on social media. Isn't that awesome? And we will be more than happy to answer your questions. So anyways, you guys have a great evening. I've been Nathan Rackley.
I've been Ben Girven.
And I've been Jen, I guess.
You have been Jen. Well, you've been John.
I've been John, yeah.
You've been John. All right, and so you guys have a great evening, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.